So sometimes when someone has stress urinary incontinence, the issue might not be that the pelvic floor muscles aren't strong. It just might be a timing issue or a coordination issue with either the pelvic floor muscles, or it could be the direction that your force is going in your belly when you're doing, I guess you can call it an activity, but say you leak when you cough, laugh, or sneeze, or something that's like a strong, forceful exhale, right? Or blowing up a balloon or a pool float, right? When you're doing that, there is a pressure that is going from your belly, hopefully up and out your mouth when you're exhaling. But sometimes the pressure is, yes, coming up and out, but also could be going down towards your pelvic floor. So what I want to show you is, like with this little chicken, right, this little guy, what I mean by that. So here's his little face. Imagine this little chicken is exhaling, right? And the proper thing to do is that the pelvic floor is closing to manage the pressure that's going, that's in the abdomen, I guess you could say, right? Like the pressure from here isn't going directly down, or whatever's going down is being countered by the pelvic floor. So I'm gonna kind of squeeze the pelvic floor and then squeeze the belly, because then the air is coming up and out. You can see its little neck go up because it's coming out the mouth. However, if there's not counter pressure down here, or the pelvic floor contraction while you're doing those strong exhales, and there's still that pressure here in the center, if you see that, sometimes that pressure can come down, and so that could cause pressure onto the bladder, and then that's when you might notice you're leaking. I have a little balloon to show you what I mean, and I'm gonna try to show you my belly so you can see what's happening in my belly and see if that kind of resonates and makes sense. So hopefully you can see, I'll show you belly here. Okay, so if pressure is going down, I might push outward into my belly and down. Versus if the pressure's coming up, you might see this go in and up, okay? So let's see what happens. So that was me pulling my belly in and up from the pelvic floor up and in as I blew up the balloon so that I wouldn't leak. Here's what you would see, or you might feel if this is done in a way that the pressure's going also down. So I don't know if you saw that. Could you see that? That was me doing it not the right way. So I'll do it sideways so you can see the right way. Could you see the difference? So hopefully you saw the difference between what happens at my belly when pressure's going down versus lifting up. The other thing you can do that might be helpful is to sit on like a rolled up towel, because then you can feel the pelvic floor. So I'm gonna show you what that is. Okay, so you wanna be sitting on a surface. So I have a little stool, and I'm gonna just roll up a towel. I'm gonna sit on it. I'm gonna put it like this underneath my pelvic floor. That gives me a little pressure under my pelvic floor. Okay, kind of straighten that out. All right, so this gives me a little pressure under my pelvic floor so that I can feel when I do the balloon, if I feel something like from my vagina or anus pushing down into this towel because it's contacting that, or if I can feel myself tighten and squeeze and lift up against it, okay? So again, you're practicing lifting up as you exhale into the balloon, and you should be able to feel that because you have contact with the towel. So if you're having trouble just standing and doing it, give it a try with the towel.